Hi there, my name is Terry Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Deco Decor, where we make wreaths and sell them, and I also work to inspire others and teach others how to make their own designs through my Facebook Lives and through my blog at Adorable Deco Decor. And today I just wanted to come on here and do a short live answering a question I get pretty often, and even a question I get asked by customers, clients who purchase my wreaths. On occasion I get asked, what does the back of the wreath look like? How do you finish it? Because I've got a glass door, so it'll be visible in my living room. So anyway, I also get this question a lot from wreath designers, and they're wanting to make their own items, and I thought I'd get on here and make a quick video to answer that. So let me get my phone going so I can see your comments as you come in. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the last part of May. Can you believe it? It's going to be June here, just a few days. All right. There we go. I see some people hopping in. Say hi when you get there. Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? And there's Lourdes. Thank you. Good morning. How are you doing? So anyway, I have just finished up this wreath. It's going to Nicole and Kyle in Texas. And like I said, I was getting ready to finish it up to get it shipped out later today. And I thought, well, now's the perfect time because it's kind of messy on the back. And I wanted to show you how I do that. But I tell you what, the most important thing I think whenever I'm trying to finish my wreaths is prevention. You know, the less work you make for yourself while you're actually making the wreath, the easier it's going to go for you on the back. And what I mean by that, let me zoom in here. I hope you can see here. I've on some of these stems, they're pretty thin, so I did have to use a steel floral pick. But even with the stems as well, you can see that there's hardly any that are actually showing on the back. If you look real close, you can look down through and you can see it. Some of them I went ahead and I covered with moss while the glue was wet. But I always like to tidy this up. But how I did that, you know, whenever you're placing your stems, you don't want to just stick them in straight on. You want to go with the grain of the grapevine. And that's how I've done that. Now this one down here, I didn't do such a good job. Let me see if you can see that one. See down here, I've got one sticking through, but in my defense, the grapevine is pretty widely spaced down here, so it was a little bit trickier, and I was just trying to actually get a grip on some part of the wreath so that the glue would secure the stem and or the flowers. So, but anyway, let me zoom back out here. Like I said, the easiest part is prevention. And plus your stems are going to be a lot more secure if you could stay with the grain of the grapevine. You know, sticking them in like this, parallel and into the grapevine, it's going to have a lot more surface area where that glue is going to be able to hold on to the grapevine. So, and nobody wants their wreaths to fall apart whenever the customer gets them. That's a nightmare. Knock on wood, so far I've not had that problem, but anyway, now when I am finishing the back of my wreaths, I put them on my easel here, and you can see, I'm hoping you guys will be able to see, but you can see I've got a solid area right here, but I actually work from the back of the easel. I'm going to turn it around here. This is a pretty long wreath, so we got a lot of area where you can see, I hope. But I'm working from this way whenever I'm cleaning up the back of my wreath. And I kind of slide it off to the side a little bit like this. Works for me. When I get down to the top part, then I just drop down my peg down to the very bottom. And then it's visible through here if you can see. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and let's start cleaning it up. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hey, Jeananne. Hey, Jerry. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry's wishing me a happy retirement, which I retired 2 days ago from my job as a nurse practitioner. It was tough, very tough to leave, but I just can't get used to it. It's like it hadn't sunk in yet. I'm still not used to carrying 2 phones around. I keep on feeling like I'm naked. But, all right, first thing I do, I take my wire cutters, and I just kind of run my hand across the back of the wreath. Let me zoom in again. I'm hoping you guys can see this. It's not a really good way to visualize it, but I'm just running my hand down across the wreath, and anything that's kind of poking out that might scratch their door, I'm going to go ahead and clip it off. And this is part of what I do before I actually make the wreath. I do that to the front side, not necessarily as thorough, because the stuff you're putting on the wreath is going to make a big, it's going to hide most of it. But here I've got a couple of stems. I'm just going to cut those off flush. All right, and then I've got the zip tie where my bow is being held. Throw that away. This is not a real interesting part of my day, cleaning up the back of the wreath, but I have to tell you, it's relaxing to me for some reason. I mean, there's no stress. You just, don't have to worry about what goes where. You just get on here and start clipping. All right. Whoops. And even if it's an area where you're going to cover with leaves, like this area right in here, as you can see, it's got a lot of glue. You can see a lot of the stems. I'm still going to cut it off flush because whenever I cover it, it's not going to hold to the back of the wreath as well if I don't. So now I've got a couple of wires. You may not be able to see them because they're pretty close to the same color as the grapevine. But I'm going to cover those. And if you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, I've got this box that I keep underneath of my table here that I reach to periodically while I'm making a wreath. Got all kinds of leaves in here. Oh, God, I don't know what that's doing. That looks like something a granddaughter might have made. I don't know what that's doing in there. But anyway, I've got leaves, I've got some spare ivy, I've got some twigs, and this just stays underneath my table. And then I've also got moss, and this is the kind I like to get. It comes both in the brighter green, and it also comes in the kind of a brownish or almost a gray color. You can get it at Walmart. I think it's like, I don't know, $6 or $7 for a huge bag. This lasts me quite a while. But anyway, if I've got, like down in here, I'm going to kind of fill that area with some moss, and it not only will help hide my mechanics of the wreath, but it'll also give that stem a little bit extra strength because the glue is going to hold on to it, and it won't be as likely to come out. So anyway, I just take my moss. I'm going to grab a piece of it here, and I've got my hot glue over here in the pot. I know you guys probably can't see that right now, but I hate to keep going in and out. And I'm just going to stuff this in this hole right in here. And like I said, that's going to help hold that stem in there a little bit more, because I said at first, this down here, the grapevine really wasn't as tight as I would have liked it. I don't know if you've tried to make or try to go out and buy any grapevines lately, but they're getting kind of hard to find. I don't like to buy them online, although I did yesterday, because they're just getting to where you can't really find them in the stores here in town. So, All right, now I'm going to take a couple of these leaves, and these leaves are actually ones from the sunflowers that I took off as I was making the design, and I'm just going to clip off these little plastic pieces here. And then you can either use your glue from your glue pot, or for this part I usually use my hot glue gun. It's a little easier to burn yourself this way. Make sure you're holding the leaf real strongly, because I have let it slip and then it ended up on my hand and not the wreath. So, but see this messy area right here? I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to cover it just like that. And like I said, this does two purposes. It helps protect the customer's door from scratching from the wreath. Even though I've tried to get all the bumps off I could, it's going to make it a lot more smooth. Plus, it's going to hide the mechanics of the wreath, where it's not so ugly if they've got a glass door. So, hey Tina, how are you doing? Thank you. Hi Anita, the first time. Welcome. I hope that if you like this, we do a lot of Facebook Lives. We do a lot of tutorials. Some it's just to say hi. But if you want to go up and click on those three dots up to the right hand corner, you should get notified when we go live. So try to go live a couple times a week. I'm hoping that that'll get a lot more regular now that I've retired. And now I missed a spot. I didn't go over this spot with the wire cutters earlier because I was talking to you guys, but I just had a stray there. We're just going to take that like that. And see how much better that's going to look on that customer's door, if they have a glass door. And if you have an Etsy shop, like I do, you should probably, like I said, I get this question a lot, but I'm planning on downloading this video and putting it on my Etsy. There's a section where you can put videos about your shop. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this video because I've had to repeat myself so many times to customers. Then that'll be a good way they can look at it without having to notify you or ask you. Okay, so we got those two leaves. It's still kind of messy right here, so I'm going to stick a little bit more moss there. And I'm going to cover up that zip tie. A lot of times I like to do that while I'm creating. I like to go ahead and do it while the glue is wet. But I remember with this one, I wasn't liking what I was seeing, and so I had to redo it. I'm just going to tuck that in there. Okay. All right, see how much better that looks? All right, we'll go ahead and do it a couple more spots here and just show you. Hi, Nellie. Another first-timer from Texas. Where are you from, Nellie? In Texas. My son lives in Texas. He's in Grapevine. He's been all over the place, but now he's settled down in Grapevine. Okay, now I'm going to come up here a little bit more. I use this also sometimes, like, see how this grapevine's kind of going around here? This one's very smooth, but sometimes you'll have like a burr that where you've clipped off a little stub or a little stem off of it, and you just can't get it smoothed down. I've used sandpaper on it, but you can also cover that with a leaf as well. Because I said you just would hate for your customer to get your wreath and then have their door destroyed from something simple we can do. So, oh, Corpus Christi, I think that's down south, isn't it? It's down south and over on the other, on the East Coast, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't gotten down that way in Texas, but welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Okay, we're just going to continue. Now, this is an oval wreath. If it's a like a circular grapevine, this is just me. It probably doesn't matter all that much to it, but it bugs me if I don't do it. I like to have my leaves going all the same direction. Just like you would a circular, like a grapevine wreath, you'd want all your flowers going the same direction if you're just making a continuous wreath with flowers. Now this, like I said, this is oval, so we're gonna go the same direction here, opposite direction here, and I'm gonna come down from the other end when I get up to the top. And this part of the wreath looks pretty good. Then I'll be bringing leaves down this way. Oh, and another first timer from Houston, Irene. Gosh, you guys got all kinds of first timers. Welcome. And like I said, if you want to be notified for when I go live, make sure that you click on your notifications up in the little three dots. Up, I think it's in the right-hand corner, and that way you should be notified. Okay, now this is the top half of the wreath, and I'm just going to cover that like that. The whole thing doesn't have to be completely covered. Now, if I didn't have a sign here, then I wouldn't necessarily have to do this middle part. And as I'm finishing the back, I'm also looking here on the side and make sure I didn't miss any exposed picks or glue or anything like that. I'll tidy that up because, you know, they don't just look at it from the front and from the back. People might be standing off to the side, and I don't want them to see the reflection of a steel pick or something like that. So anyway, that's what I do. I just, like I said, I'll do the top just like I've done the bottom down here. I'll continue up to about here, and then I'll go the opposite way up here. I wanted to show you one more thing. If you are an Etsy shop owner, that I do, let me grab something I forgot to get. Okay, I've got this sign here. And Tina, you probably already do this if you're still on there. But I'm going to take my business card. I'm going to stick it on here. And also, like if I have a sign that I get from Hobby Lobby or someplace like that that might be a mass production type thing, I don't want, or it says made in China, that bugs me too. So I'm going to put my business card on the back. I'm going to cover that up. But I'm just going to take that, I'm going to glue that right there. And that way, not only the owner, but if they've got guests in their home, they might wonder where they got that beautiful wreath too. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to stick it right in the middle. Just like that. Okay. All right. All right, well, that's, like I said, that's how I finish my wreaths. I'll show you a finished picture once I get it done, but I'm not going to bore you with just doing the same thing over and over and over. So, oh, thank you. Mary Jane's in Illinois. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, Zuli, how are you doing? And you guys all, I got a lot of well wishes from all over the country on my retirement. I couldn't hardly go back and thank every single one of you individually, but just know your support is so much appreciated by me. You just can't imagine how much it means to me. And I feel like even though we've, a lot of us have never met, I feel like I know some of you guys. Actually, I talk to some of you guys more than I talk to my own family. But anyway, like I said, I get a lot of questions on how I finish the back of my wreaths. And, I thought this would be a good short little video for somebody. Hopefully it can help somebody starting out or any customers out there. I know, like I said, I get questions not infrequently what the back of the wreaths look like. So anyway, thanks so much for joining in this afternoon. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll be going live again sometime this weekend. Likely we'll do something fun, and I'm hoping that we can do some fall. I've been itching to get started on that, but I've got everything put away, and it's going to take me a bit to get it all out. So anyway, thank you guys all again, and oh, thank you, Anita, thank you, and you guys have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye bye.